Chelsea have broken the British transfer record to bring Morgan Rogers from Aston Villa to Stamford Bridge on a 6-year deal worth around £170 million. Morgan Rogers was one of the footballers that played for England at the just concluded World Cup, and he played in all but one game in that World Cup, providing just one assist. In 2024, he joined Aston Villa from Middlesbrough. He won the PFA Young Player of the Year a year after, so we can say his stock has sort of like been rising since he left the Championship to join Aston Villa. But is it really worth the amount that Chelsea paid for him? At the moment, no British footballer has ever been signed for this much. So let's take a deeper look at this signing, and we'll use our regular metrics. So we'll look at the need, the fees, the value, and the risk involved in this signing. Need. So do Chelsea need an attacker? They need someone in the mold of Morgan Rogers. So if you look at the Chelsea team today, last season they finished outside of European football places in the league. So we can already see that this is a team that needs creativity, that needs some attacking talent in their team. The likes of Estevao, Joao Pedro, Cole Palmer, they did the bit that they could do, but they still couldn't help the team to actually make it into European football. And Cole Palmer was even so bad last season that he missed out of the English squad that went to the just concluded World Cup. So we can already see that this team is in the need of a new attacker. They're in the need of someone to share the creative burden with a player like Cole Palmer. So I think in terms of need, this is someone that Chelsea needs. So for need, I'm going to score this an 8 out of 10. Fit. So does the style that the new Chelsea coach Xabi Alonso, the style that he plays, so does it fit what Morgan Rogers actually offers? Morgan Rogers is someone who could play almost anywhere in the attack. He could play the number 10 role. He could also play an attacking midfielder role, right winger or a left winger. And the way I think Alonso might want to play, so if Alonso plays his typical 3-4-2-1 that was playing at Bayer Leverkusen, I think he could use Morgan Rogers similar to the way he was using Florian Wirtz, but interpreting the role in a different way. Florian Wirtz was more of a playmaker, but in this case, Morgan Rogers could be a ball carrier, a left-sided 10, a ball carrier, and someone who could actually be a midfield disruptor as well. So he's going to interpret that role a bit more differently than what Florian Wirtz was doing for him at Bayer Leverkusen. It could also make him drop a bit deep, like if he switches to let's say if a 4-2-3-1, he could play the role that Alonso was using Jude Bellingham to play at Real Madrid. So I see a lot of fit, a lot of synergy between how Alonso plays and how Morgan Rogers might also want to play as well. We saw him provide with the assist that he gave to Anthony Gordon at the World Cup from the right as well. So I think there's a lot of fit here between Morgan Rogers and Xabi Alonso. And for fit, I will be scoring this a 9 out of 10. Let's take a look at this also from the angle of value. So value is Morgan Rogers, is it worth the amount that Chelsea paid for him? On this case, I would say this is an absolute no. This is a footballer that is still quite young. He's 23. He hasn't really done much, in my opinion. I think he had over 80 appearances for Aston Villa, and he didn't score more than maybe a few above 20 goals for them. He just became a full English international in this World Cup. Play a couple of games for England as well. There's going to be a lot of pressure on him, given the amount that Chelsea have signed him for. I don't think he's worth this amount. I don't think the talent that he possesses and what he actually brings to the team is worth breaking the British transfer record for. So for value, I'm going to score this a low 4 out of 10. And for risk, looking at the amount that he was signed for, and looking at the fact that he's still going to have to just sue for an OSU for starting berth in the in the team. There are players like Cole Palmer, so we see have Pedro Neto. There is an issue of Jamie Gittins as well on the left side of the attack for Chelsea. There is Estevao as well. I think there's going to be this hustling for spaces in the team. There's going to be a lot of pressure on him. He's very young. He has been signed for a record amount. There'll be a lot of pressure on him to deliver, and it seems that the margin of error is going to be quite low for him. I think this is going to be a very risky signing. He's also not someone who is very productive in terms of goal scoring. So, and if he gets judged on the amount of goals that he's going to produce, I think that is going to be quite harsh on him as well. So he would have to find his goal scoring boots, or try to substitute that for providing a lot of assists, being a lot more creative, take a lot of the creative load away from Cole Palmer, try to give Joao Pedro as much supply as he can. So I think this is going to be quite risky. So on the part of risk, I'm going to score this a 7 out of 10. I think this signing overall, I'm going to grade this signing as a 7 out of 10 signing overall. It's going to be quite risky, but it's someone who could Chelsea might still be able to reap a lot of benefits from signing him. He's young, is talented, not so as talented as been signed for £170 million. He once won the PFA Player of the Year, which is a prestigious award. And at the time that he won this award at Aston Villa, he just became the fourth Aston Villa player to win that award since its inception. So we can see that there is some talent there, but the amount that has been signed for is going to heap a lot of pressure on him, and the fact that he would need to still fight for starting places in the team is also going to be something. But I think Chelsea might have paid much more than they need to have paid for him, so I'm a bit worried about this signing. So it's why overall I'm scoring this a 7 out of 10. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Drop your opinions if you think this is an amazing signing, or if you think this is a very risky signing for Chelsea. Drop your opinion in the comment section and I will be there. Thank you so much.